That's what it felt like to me.
Margs, be honest with me.
That's what it feels like to me.
Be honest with me from an ignorant standpoint. Barring Bruno, you man ruined signings. Maguire, dead. Falcao, dead. Di Maria, dead. Luke Shaw, dead. We can go on for Pogba, dead.
They've still got time to ruin Bruno.
You've still got time to ruin Bruno.
All right. Last week we did the 10 best signings of the transfer window. This week we are doing the 10 worst signings of the transfer window, and I feel like people struggled, Miles.
It was a hard list. I got there in the end though.
What was your criteria?
Fine 10.
I can tell you what the criteria was.
That's what you're supposed to do. Ain't no criteria.
That's not a
And
criteria.
this is why I'm pissed here, because the
was my
criteria
criteria.
for a majority of the people, especially at this table, was basically just pick United players. That's what it was. Pick United players.
How many United players do you think are in this list? Bear in mind you signed 3 senior players, a few young players.
I would want to say they can't 2 to 3. I think they're going to put in this list, but they're going to be high.
I based it on 2 things though. If the player should be at that club, if they've dropped levels, or if the club had a howler signing that player.
Okay, so that's a criteria.
Yeah, I know.
All right. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment at the end telling us whose list is fucked up. But yeah, like, share. Thank you for being here. We love you. Number 10 on our list, and look, we'll do this. I'll get this up front. It's weird. This is a weird list.
Yeah.
People are gonna have to really justify stuff.
Weird. Have you seen the rest of Europe right now? It's really weird.
Yes, well, yeah, exactly. We could do a whole another list. Darmian on loan from Parma to Inter.
Well, the one I like is Coquelin, Villarreal.
Yeah, that was done very early in the window. Yeah, they do for cheap as well. Yeah.
Didn't that striker from PSG and he was at Stoke on to Bayern Munich?
Choupo-Moting, yeah.
Oh, his agent is top 10.
Yeah, how did that happen?
But Moise Keane to PSG, Moting.
Oh, your guy, Delafeo. Where is he?
Udinese. Fuck football, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, didn't Luis Suarez couldn't move to a certain club, so he had to stay in Spain, right?
Yeah, Juventus. Apparently, he was cheating citizenship test.
Yes.
Football's shit now, man. Why are we doing this stupid show? Talking about fucking football.
Yeah, because his gal tried to take it for him or something like that. It was
So he had to go Atletico.
Yeah.
And then
But
Messi
they found out
wrote
he
a
was
letter.
cheating. You got to do a test.
Did you not sign Sancho?
Is Sancho worst signing of the window?
Is he the worst signing? Is that the worst pursuit?
Did you loan Ismaila Sarr from the Championship?
That's not happened.
Or has it?
Did you get the left back that Tottenham got?
You said regular.
Yeah, regular.
No, we've got Teles. We've got Teles though.
Gabriel?
Brazilian international.
Gabriel.
choice.
You haven't deleted the video on YouTube.
I heard, Margs, this is no joke. I heard that you signed a striker from Uruguay that has only scored 1 goal.
Well, no, they signed a striker from Uruguay who only scored 4 in the French league last year.
He scored 7 last year, actually.
7 all comps.
All come.
Is it Forlan's cousin?
Nah, his name's Cavani. He's a
Yeah,
bad
that's-
boy.
Okay.
That guy didn't score that many more, bro.
Have you guys noticed since they got a Gallo, everything's just gone wrong?
What does that mean? Number 10 on our list, and even this one Mars isn't going to be happy with because he watches him on YouTube all the time. Ferran Torres.
Oh yeah, he was high on my list.
I wouldn't have voted for him.
I put him 5th or something like that.
Steve-O and Miles carried him to 10th. They both had him 4th.
Yeah, yeah.
The 4th worst signing of the
Yeah,
summer.
man, they don't need him. They just got rid of. Obviously, he wanted to leave Leroy Sané.
That's why they needed him.
Yeah, but bro, you can't get rid of a world class winger to get a guy that's mediocre.
He's a wonder kid on Football Manager.
Wonder kid, but we don't know what he's. Leicester. Man City needs something now. They need to challenge for Liverpool right now. That guy. Do you think he's going to replace Sané?
He has to.
I don't think he is. I don't think that's a panic. That's a panic buy.
Do you think he's dead?
That's a panic.
Yeah.
Panic buy.
I think that's a panic buy.
You can't do a panic buy like.
Yeah, but I think they could have got better wingers.
Like the first week of transfer.
It's a panic. No, you can still panic. You can still panic.
One of the earliest signings.
You can still panic.
you watched him?
And that's even worse. You had time.
Margs just watched him.
What do you see him where?
Yeah, YouTube the hell out of him.
YouTube the hell out of this kid.
That's what I done, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ferran Torres. When I saw that one, I was like,
I don't think he's bad. He wouldn't have made my list. I didn't pick him.
He skills past players though, no?
There you go.
what's his end product though?
Well, so
Is
far,
he getting goals like Leroy Sané?
He might be like
Sterling.
He might be like
Leroy
Navas.
Sané scored last year for Man City.
He was injured. He was out most of the season. But when he was in the team,
that
they
was
won
a
the
terrible point.
Well, you don't rate him. Would you
Is he
pick?
gonna
Would you?
score?
league.
Oh no,
but
but they needed those goals last
Would you
year.
prefer him or Willian?
Delafeu.
Delafeu, Udinese zone.
But I'm just saying, look,
Where did you
Mahrez.
put him?
Who? Oh, fourth. He was fourth.
I think that's the only problem I have now. Because I don't think he's the fourth worst signing.
Yeah,
Because
but for someone like City, though.
But Tego brought up a good point. They sold Sane and they brought in someone else, and it's like that makes sense. Like that's not a bad transfer. He's a good young player. Valencia are broke, bit like me, so they're trying to get some money. And I just think that's calm. I don't see where the bad situation is.
Do you think he's gonna make them challenge Liverpool? And like
I
this
don't
guy's
know
gonna
that
get us
part.
goal, like 15 assists,
But you've made that
10
the
goals.
fourth out of all
Okay.
the signings that have happened. That's the fourth worst.
That's an interesting criteria, though. Could they have signed someone better? That's a decent. I mean, I disagree with you, but if they are to replace Sane, if they are to challenge Liverpool, is Ferran Torres and Phil Foden on that side enough of an advance on last year to challenge Liverpool for the title? You might be right.
Is he a replacement for Sané though? If Sané weren't playing last year,
Yeah, but they have to replace it.
I think
because
they-
sold him.
It has to be a replacement.
They would love to have
but
replaced
he's
him
playing
last
right
year.
now. So who's
Is he?
Like,
Who's playing right
Ferran
now?
Torres. He played the last game.
He's in and out though, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely played. He
Okay,
started
it's-
last game.
Yeah, he played the last
So
few
would it have
games.
been outlandish if they went to go say, okay, fuck it, we're gonna go buy Zaha because we know what he's doing in the Premier League and look what he's doing for Crystal
That'd
Palace.
be pretty outlandish.
Zaha's more of a threat than
City
Torres.
must know something that everyone else
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they've known stuff about players that haven't come off as well. Like, it's not out of the realms of possibility. This is Jesus Navas
How much
too.
was he? He was a big signing, isn't it?
I don't think Torres. I don't think he was a now signing.
than
I think
30,
it was
How
more
much
of
did
a.
they cost them? I don't even think
Like
it was
30
that much
something?
money.
He was less than 30, innit? I'm sure.
Can I ask you a question?
27 or something.
Has Pep Guardiola had like a top? Has he made a signing that's been a top player, like a top signing? Because I look at the sides he's.
Did he
come
sign
into,
Raheem?
he's- No, I didn't sign Raheem. He came 2014, 2015.
Bernardo
like-
Silva.
Did he sign Bernardo Silva? But I'm saying was fair enough there.
That's probably the only one I'd say.
Because he doesn't really have a history, from my
Bernardo
understanding.
Silva been a roaring success though.
No.
Has Pep ever signed someone where he's just gone, oh my god, what an amazing signing?
Edison.
Let's go back as far as Barcelona, Bayern Munich. What player has he signed where you go?
He doesn't. Yeah,
That's a
he
great
hasn't-
question.
He hasn't signed the
That is,
top
yeah,
top
for real.
player.
But his development is.
He
is
buys
class.
those
Yeah,
players.
but let's talk about this.
maybe.
The
Laporte
squad
maybe.
is now mostly his.
Yeah, Laporte
Rodri,
probably.
Laporte, Diaz, and Ake, and Mendy, and Walcott. These are mostly players signed under his reign. So the responsibility does start to come down to him.
Other right back.
Could you say Thiago?
Cancelo.
Took him from Bayern Munich?
Who?
From Barca to Bayern? Took
No,
him with
because
him?
he had him at Barca.
Barca. So, okay. Recently.
So what I'm saying to you, this the reason why I'm not sure if it's a bad signing is because clearly all these players he signed in the past are established players who you can't actually gas. But the people that are not that much got much of an ego, they're still on the journey like the Raheem Sterlings and so on and so forth. At one point,
He could develop them.
He can develop them. So maybe maybe this guy he signed is because he's young. He can develop him into what he wants him to be, rather than an established player who comes in, got his own ideas, and goes, "Pep, you're chatting shit."
He might end up being sick, Ferran Torres. I do like the way he looks. But that whole thing of what Poet said of who has Pep brought in and take it to the next level,
Yeah, we're
that's
thinking.
actually mad.
Yeah, for real. That's a
Fuck,
good question.
That's sad, man. I really like Pep.
Ferran Torres, a player that none of us know that much about, but we're sure he's the 10th worst signing of the window. We're convinced.
He ain't gonna live up to Sonny. No way.
I don't even know him, cuz. Poor guy.
Number 9 on our list, and it's a shame Steve-O's not here because I'm going to have to back this. Nelson Semedo.
What?
I didn't put him in.
Who said this?
I didn't put him in the list.
I had him third
Third worst.
because of the injury record.
Okay.
Because of the injury record, because he's replacing Matt Doherty, who was crucial to them last year, came up with Wolves. You can't get more settled and stable as a right back than Matt Doherty in that Wolves team. Nelson Semedo's coming to the Premier League from Barcelona, where he's had injury problems. Portuguese, yeah. I like it. I actually like Nelson Semedo, but whenever he would get linked to a team, I'd be like, but if he gets injured, that's it.
It's done.
So I was always on the edge. Then I like him. I like him. I like Nelson Semedo, and I don't understand what went wrong at Barcelona other than the injuries. That's kind of a
Because
stupid
Barcelona was
thing
trying to
say.
flog him to bare teams at one point, wasn't it? There was
Barcelona try to flog a lot of players to bare teams. So
Yeah.
let's not go into
Barcelona got
that.
their own problems that I
Yeah.
don't think we can quite comprehend. But Nelson Semedo is a dope right back, and I think he's a good replacement in a side that predominantly has Portuguese
He's
players.
players, yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I think
he's
he's
Portugal over there, so like
did-
He's better than Doherty.
They've
yeah,
upgraded.
they've
Did
I think
anyone
on
here vote
paper,
for him?
yes.
Huh?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
just me and Steve-O.
I didn't vote for him.
Do you know how bad it is? I've got Doherty on my worst signing list.
What?
I've got Doherty on my worst signing list.
No, that's my
Right, that's going too far.
You're going too far. You're going too
Worse.
far.
You know what's funny?
Worse.
Jorge Mendes is obviously Jose Mourinho's agent.
Yeah,
He probably could have got Nelson Semedo in at Tottenham
at Tottenham.
and then kept Doherty at Wolves.
But Doherty's more of a Mourinho player.
Bombing football.
Yeah, he's more of a he's a
Yeah,
proper reliable
yeah,
player.
yeah.
I would only take back Doherty out of my worst signing if Spurs were to play with a back three.
Yes.
In a back four, he's no different to Ori. He goes missing. He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
Just
When
always
it comes
He's
attacking.
up
time-
there,
yeah,
yeah.
when it comes time to defend in a back four, he's up there.
Feels like a midfielder, yeah.
Like, that's
Have you
what
seen
I'm
him in the back
saying.
four?
But that was before
Yeah.
Wolves,
For
isn't it?
Ireland.
No, I've seen him back four for Spurs.
Was
the
it
first game?
Yeah, but it's a bit early.
He's
to
a wing
even
back,
judge
innit? He's a
anyone.
wing back.
He's a wing
But
back.
the kid is, I want to
Okay,
give him till Christmas
but I'm
in
not-
that
remember,
position.
I'm saying maybe, hopefully in Spurs' eyes, that he proves me wrong. But I'm going by so far what I'm judging it on. I feel like if you're gonna play a back four, then you shouldn't have signed Doherty to replace.
And Nelson Semedo in a back three as a wing back in a back three. I like that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Has he? Wait,
Semedo's
how many?
an
Has he
upgrade.
played every game this season?
Who
Doherty.
No,
You
Semedo.
wouldn't
No, he only just signed the other
Just
day.
signed.
Just
Yeah.
yeah,
But,
just-
but I don't know
He's a great
I don't know if Mourinho's in agreement with me. But if you notice the last game Spurs played,
Aurier was on fire.
Nah, there was a
Doherty
reason.
was
There
on
was.
the
I
bench.
think there was a reason.
No, but then take a look. They played 10 games this season. If you want Doherty to play 10 games during a COVID pandemic when there's hardly any pre-season, you're asking too much.
Did Doherty play the Europa League game?
So you don't agree Semedo should be on this list?
No, wait, Semedo was in my top 10 signings.
He was
I don't think he should be on the
Semedo.
list.
Semedo was number 1 on my list when I first saw it because I thought it was the Semedo that went to jail.
You're
That's what I
obsessed
thought.
with this
No, that's what I
Semedo.
thought though. The Semedo for Villarreal went to prison. So he was number 1, and then when I googled it was Nelson. I said, "Oh, I got to take it off."
But don't you think he's an upgrade on Doherty?
No, but if
course he's
Tigo's
an
point's
upgrade.
right though, and it's not because if
course
you've got
he's an
Doherty who's going to play
no,
more or less every
for
single game
Wolves.
and
Yeah,
give
but
you
that's
7 out of
for
10,
Wolves.
and then Semedo's going to come in
It's
and give you
upgrade for
great
Wolves.
performances
That's
for
ifs
You know
like
what it
10
is?
games.
For real, and
That's
it's too.
ifs and buts.
It's way.
It's not
It's way
ifs and
too early
buts.
to
He's
see.
basing it on his career. His career's been an injury-prone player, so it's like you can't base it on anything else. It's not like he's just said, "Oh, he might get injured." He's basing it on the history of injuries. So therefore, it's like signing Diaby. Do you trust it?
No, it's not.
Jamie
He's not. That guy. Diaby is
He's not.
sick.
He's not Diaby.
He's not. No.
Is he Darren
So what-
Anderson?
so then it's
Is he
not-
Darren Anderson?
No, they're sick players.
Is he Jamie Redknapp? No, I'm talking about in terms of injury prone.
Is he that
If he's not going to
injury
give
I don't
you
think
20
he's
games
that-
plus, then it's what's the point, fam?
He's not that
actually the
injured.
worst.
I hear you,
What was
but
his
he's not-
injury though? Was it ACL? What was his main?
Why are you asking me what his injury is?
I don't know.
It depends on what kind of injury.
Yeah, he hurt his elbow and
It's
it's
a lot, I think it's a lot of
But
hamstrings. and
Specs, let's
stuff
be
all
honest.
over
If you're
the
playing the
place.
Premier League and you're not giving me 20 games or more,
But that's
doesn't
just
matter
a
how
bust though. We
great
don't
you
know
are.
though. We don't know yet.
All right, fair enough.
We'll see. We
We'll
don't know.
see.
But
I'm
if he's
saying on paper, like we said, if he's fit, we got to judge this because Doherty could get injured. So I'm saying if both of them are fit for the whole season, then he's an upgrade on Doherty. That's why I wouldn't put him.
Financially, is cost a lot more than Doherty costs
he's
Spurs.
supposed to.
Yeah,
How much did he cost?
27.5.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Semedo, he's come from Barcelona.
No, I hear you.
with
I think he's going to
9.2
bed in
million
well though, with all the
add-ons.
rest of his Portuguese.
You know, he's a good player, so I don't know.
he's
why
going to
he
bed in
made
well.
the
He's going to be good for
He's
them.
got pace.
No,
Watch
if
him.
he's
I like him
if
on squad last game.
if his injury record's questionable, if he's gonna be injured half the season, then yeah, I'll get it. It's what are you
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible
We
signing.
should have missed for that. That might have been the plan the whole time. Develop him. If we can't get anything for him, sell him.
How he hasn't played?
No,
all
I
season.
think
No,
Wolves.
the killing me when I was working with Spurs in 2003. Do you know what they told me? They have 4 criteria for players.
Yeah.
First team players,
Yeah.
players that they reckon they can get money on,
Money
so they'll
out of
put bare loans on him, and
Yeah.
there's criteria for every single player. So every player breaking in the first team is different. So
23's football.
Criteria.
serious.
No way. Yeah,
Oh.
different senior football.
I know the
So
criteria.
you work for Spurs. You work for Spurs as Arsenal
I'm
fan.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
Miles, come on, man. We can't be allowing this, bro.
But I didn't mean to. I need to pay the bills.
Yeah, I remember. He had the Tottenham everything.
Don't stick up for him because you used to work for Chelsea.
Exactly. You think I weren't getting paid? You think I weren't wearing the Chelsea tracksuit for the last 5 years?
Yes, Bex.
Paying my bills, man.
How many clubs have you worked for?
Yeah.
All of them, but I'm talking for the crowd. I agree with you. I agree, bro. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Don't agree with me. Don't agree with me.
All right, Nelson Semedo. Yeah, Steve-O had him number 1, so fuck
First signing.
Steve-O, man.
Steve
man.
had him number
That's
one.
why he slipped off. all makes sense.
But I like Nelson Semedo. I'm just not convinced 100% that he'll be a Premier League player.
Would you put him in your worst signing? Did you? Have
I
him in
did.
your
I
worst
did. But if I thought about it now, I might take him out.
Take him out. Take
He's
him
gonna
out.
play- he's
We
gonna play-
will.
He's gonna play 35 games and shock you all.
If he does, boy.
He's a good right back at Barcelona.
I like
when he was
him.
fit. When he was fit, he was up.
He played a lot last year. He played a lot. I can't lie. Number 8 on our list is, and I really want Specs to jump in on this one. Michy Batshuayi.
Yes.
You know he's not on my list, right?
I know he's. Well, I can see your list. Yeah.
Who put Michy Batshuayi in there?
Poet had him 4th. Margs had him 5th. Miles had him 9th. Skits had him 9th. Geordie had him 6th.
I'm gonna say this to you. Don't include this in the edit.
Oh my god! Wow! Hey, he's
I'd have gone.
number one. Put him number one. He's number one. Get him up.
I want to read.
So now we know.
I want to read you my list.
He's number one. He's number one.
I want to read you my list. He's number
he's the
one.
best signing for that.
Where's your cards?
He's the biggest piece of shit in the Prem. I want him to be number one.
I wish him all the bad luck in the universe. What number is he?
He's number 8.
And number 7.
Shall I be honest with you? Yeah.
Specs, you've been backing Michy Batshuayi for a long
Yeah,
time.
I think for me, in my opinion, yeah. Obviously, you got the Chelsea link. In my opinion, I don't want to say this because Tammy's man them, you know what I mean. But in my opinion, I think Batshuayi is better than him.
No, it's not.
And I tell you what,
disagree.
No, he's
the
not.
Batshuayi of Marseille, yeah, who grabbed 17 goals in one season. France.
So what about the Batshuayi of Chelsea?
Listen, sometimes.
What about the
players-
Batshuayi of that one year, that time at Crystal Palace?
Or what about the Batshuayi at Dortmund? That wasn't a bad Batshuayi, you know.
Specs, this is what I
He's
want to say
got
to
the
you.
ability.
Specs, this is what I want to say to you. See at Crystal Palace, yeah, they got Zaha.
Shocking, man.
I'm still scared
Shocking.
that Zaha might leave. He might not because the price is so crazy. But if he say he does leave and they're not able to get an adequate replacement, you're relying on Ayew, who is World Player of the Year, and Benteke and Batshuayi to get you goals. And I don't trust.
Batshuayi he can get you 20 goals.
What?
He can get you 20 goals.
When
When has he ever scored 20 goals in a season?
But
He's never got 20 in a season in his life.
Batshuayi knows where
Not
the
even
goal
15.
is.
Yeah, Batshuayi.
He
No,
knows where the goal is.
I actually quite like Batshuayi, the player.
Is that like an analogy? Because most of the players know where the goal is.
If Zaha leaves, that's your one goal threat because you're playing him up front right now. Ezzy's playing on the left. Do you trust Batshuayi to get you goals? You signed him on loan.
Batshuayi has scored goals. He can.
I trust Batshuayi.
He can do it.
More
I trust
than
Batshuayi.
I trust Ayew.
Yeah, to get the goals, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But they're both similar in the way that they are used, and they will be used by Roy Hodgson. I think to drop deep, let the wide players run across them, and to transition the ball from counter attacks because they've both got decent pace. They've both got a really good turn on them, and they both can carry the ball. But I think it's weird that he's signed 2 players that
Go and score goals.
he'll use the same way.
I just remember when Chelsea were playing at the Hawthorns, Chris Brunt's house at the time. Mm-hmm. It was 0-0.
Big player.
Chelsea needed a goal. They bought him Batshuayi. They won the league.
No, but-
I know what he's got
Specs.
in his back pocket.
but Specs.
Not of Carney jeans.
But Specs,
I know what he's got in his back pocket. Black.
But Specs, I reckon if he's playing for a team that's trying to achieve big things, he might be motivated. But if your strike partner is Ayew, World Player of the Year,
And
I don't know if
Benteke.
he's
Yeah,
going
but
to
that's
be and
systematic.
Benteke.
That's systematic. That's
So
not
that's
systematic.
why I say it's a bad sign. I
It's
don't
a
think he's
bad
going
signing,
to produce
man.
what
No,
you
he
want.
can't-
You said he's going to get you 20 goals.
He's
He's
not.
never done this.
If you went from Benteke, a guy who doesn't
No,
score
no.
goals,
I'm not saying
to,
no.
you're
you
gonna
went
get
good
goals
on
and
Batshuayi.
Batshuayi.
Have you seen this?
One second.
You
One
ain't
second.
good.
No,
Who sits on the bench?
one second. I never said he's going to get 20 goals for Crystal Palace. I said at the right club he'll get you 20 goals. That's what I said.
But how
What's
many
the right
clubs?
club?
He's been at a lot of clubs.
What's the right club?
Now we're
Bring that
talking.
back. Rewind.
Chelsea
Like,
ain't the
you never
right
said that.
Of course I never said that.
How about this?
No,
Look
I
at-
didn't.
Pause. So how much goals is Batshuayi going to get
At
this
Palace.
season?
At Palace. For me, honestly, in my opinion,
6.
7.
If he gets 7 goals,
That is,
he has every
that's
right
because
to
of
be
the
in this league.
system.
What?
It's not because of him. It's the system.
7, all comps, innit?
But I would say the thing about Batshuayi, the reason I think it's a bad signing potentially is when Chelsea were looking at the shifting Rudiger, Tomori, Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the last day of the window, Crystal Palace weren't in that race because they already had a Chelsea player. You can't loan 2 from the same club.
Okay.
And I think if Crystal Palace actually would have waited and ended this window with a Rudiger, with a Loftus-Cheek who was a better Palace player than Batshuayi was,
they would have done it.
maybe they would have gone, maybe we'll skip the Batshuayi for now.
He's doing bits.
Kiarte's a
He's
good player,
centre
yeah.
back though, like, 'cause Loftus, in the midfield, they're playing 2 defensive midfielders. I think
He's a centre
Loftus-Cheek as a different option in the midfield is better than Batshuayi.
Number 7 on our list, and I don't know, Specs can explain this one because I'm not touching it. Thiago Silva.
Oh, yeah.
For me, this is the worst signing.
Is he on my list? Is he on my list? I think I might have put him on.
You have to put him on your list.
Who's on the list, Tego? Who put them on their list?
Look, if you're gonna sign players like that, yeah,
He's a terrible.
he has to be like player / coach.
terrible signing. He's
You
36.
don't buy those players to play at his age and start in that Chelsea defense.
Yeah, man, that's terrible.
You're joking. You have
Look at the mistake he made.
No, I
Too
agree,
reluctant.
I agree.
He's experienced.
I feel like it's similar in the way we signed David Luiz. In like, yeah, it's a bit token. All right, he's won everything there is to win, and he's successful. But here and now, today, is he capable of doing the job that you need from your centre back?
I think so.
I don't think he is.
Joe Black, how about this one? Because do you know what? Chelsea have got a lot of centre backs here, like Rudiger's, the Christiansens, and I just don't think they know certain little things that you need to know as a centre back. I don't even think Frank Lampard and fucking Jody Morris know it. But if you bring in someone that's 35, 36, has played for a long period of time, played for top clubs, played in World Cups, has the experience, surely for the likes of Tomori, who I don't think went along to West Ham in the last minute, but Tomori and all these other centre backs, surely that experience that he can give them for 1 year is valuable for the future of Chelsea. I don't think it's a bad signing because of all the other things he's going to do.
No,
I
but
think
why
as
I
a
say
player,
that-
if you just say he's going to play 38 games, then maybe you're right.
If
No,
he
but
plays
I
25
agree.
games,
I
if he plays
agree.
25 games, I'll eat humble pie and apologise.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
yeah.
big.
It's
That's
not
a
even if
yeah.
he
You're
plays-
right.
No,
That's good, like, he's a
no.
good signing.
I don't
If
see
he
it happening.
plays, if he plays 25 games to the same level that we hold
Expect him
Thiago
to-
Silva
yeah,
to,
yeah.
not just if he makes 25
25 games,
appearances.
yeah.
Oh, he's already had one
Because
howler.
But this is what I'm saying, and I feel like he's had a howler, not because of his ability, but because I feel like with the same reason David Luiz, I don't think he's a bad defender, but I think the way the game's going and the pace of the game,
yeah.
and the tempo of the game, he can't keep up. And maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've seen so far in the game that he played, it looked like he was out of his depth.
He's out of his
Thiago.
way
It looked
out of
like
his
the game was too fast for him.
One
It
them-
looked like the game was too fast
One
for him.
One game,
of them
first
goals
game.
to give
Way
away.
too
What was it? Did he do a bad touch or something? The ball
Yeah.
rolled in front of him, and
Yeah.
it was like 50-50. He said, "I'm not even going for
Yeah,
that."
but Margs, take a look. There
he
was
said
a second half. They
no.
were
No, but
3-0
I'm not
down.
talking
There
about
was a second
mistakes.
half.
He got
You think
subbed
about
at
it, I'm
half-time.
not
He
talking
got
about
subbed half-time.
mistakes. I'm not talking about mistakes and all that. I'm talking about the performance. It looks like, because like I said, why I liken him to David Luiz is because I don't think David Luiz is a bad defender.
No, do I.
I feel like if he doesn't make a mistake, like a lapse in concentration, or he can't keep up with the pace of the game, then it's not like he's a shit.
No, but
I'm with you,
that's a trait that he's had his whole career.
Yeah, and I'm not talking
He's
about.
Thiago
I'm
Silva has
mistaken
not
him.
had that his whole career.
I'm not
I
talking
don't think
about.
he's had that his whole
I'm not
career.
talking about a
that
lapse.
year that Chelsea won the league the last time.
No, I know.
David Luiz has always got a
David
mistake
Luiz
in
always
him.
got a
Not
mistake.
always.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about a mistake. It wasn't a lapse in concentration like that. The ball. Listen, the ball got away from him, yeah, and went in front of him, yeah, and he knows himself and his body, and he said, "This is long."
I think it's good that he got that highlight out of the way now, because I think people might expect it, and I think he's way too good to make those same mistakes again.
But this is why I put him on the list, because it's not no slight to him. Remember, we're talking about the clubs making the worst transfers.
I'll put him on the
They've thrown him in and they've given him the armband.
If we're gonna have all these rules in football, like VAR, no fans, anyone over the age of 35, you're not allowed to play football. Because in January, he's gonna be close to 37. He's not even far from Lampard's age.
I feel,
No, he's off.
I think,
He's 2 years younger than our gaffer.
He's off. He's off.
I'm with you.
He's off.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a bad transfer. He's got to go.
He's
I
the same
think-
manager.
I think there is also the upside, which is that he could be a big influence on Fikayo Tomori specifically.
Having inside knowledge of Chelsea, I feel like they've got better defenders.
Mark Guehi's out on loan, bro.
Not Mark Guehi. I'll say, remember, they've got Trevor Chalobah, they've got Jake Clark-Salter. These are guys, and obviously, I don't know what's going on.
Where's Trevor
behind the
Chalobah? He's
scenes
in
there.
France.
Trevor
now.
Chalobah's-
Chua? Chalobah?
Last time I heard he was at Ipswich.
No, he's gone France. I think he's gone France.
I bought him on FIFA.
But these guys are all, like you said, Mark Guehi, I'm saying these guys are all, like, for me, they should be knocking
Doors.
on the, because I think Thiago Silva, it's
Yeah.
like David Silva, he's good, he might be good to have at the training ground, and he might be a good influence on the dressing
but it's
room,
way
and good
too
for the
old,
young
man.
players. But when it comes to, and you saw it, West Brom,
Got found out.
I did think he looked quite good in that game, though, in terms of controlling
But
the
I
line.
felt like in the West Brom game, I don't know what football group I was in. I don't know if he was in the one I was in, but I was saying Chelsea have got the quality to definitely get back in this game. But this back four is shaky.
To me, that's just a bad decision by the manager. He was trying to
He could've
prove a
trained
point.
for 3 years.
I
That
think
pace,
he was trying to prove a point to Rudiger. I think he was trying to prove a point to his centre backs. I just think he got it
I
wrong.
just don't think he ain't good enough. He ain't good enough because
it's not-
Gabriel
it's not-
touchdown.
it's not happening.
First
Do you know
debut
what's
scored a
so
goal.
crazy?
He
Why do
gets a
we do
promoted
this?
team, Fulham, West Brom.
So
there's no
Miles, why do we
excuse,
do
bro.
this though?
There's
Because
no
the next
excuse.
game he keeps a clean sheet and no one gives a shit. But we're focusing on the mistake he made the previous game.
Because it's
and
Thiago
like-
Silva. They brought in someone. It's a stopgap. They brought someone in for a year who's gonna
Ray Trevor.
he's gonna help the defense, and I don't think he's gonna help them.
Thiago Silva, I'm keeping faith in him.
They should have got up on Moncano.
Joe Black, Margs,
Spend a piece.
Miles, and Specs have all lost faith. You have him third.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good, man.
I'm keeping faith. He's one of my favourite centre backs of all time.
Yeah,
I
he's
just want
good,
to see him
man,
work
but-
out.
He's past it, man.
Number 6 on our list is definitely not past it. He might be past it. I don't know. Theo Walcott.
Oh my.
I like that. I like him at
that move to
Southampton.
Southampton. I didn't put him on there. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Who said it?
I don't think that's a
Marks,
bad
who said
sign.
it?
It's not a bad
said it,
signing.
and I said it because I'm a horrible person.
Him going
Theo
back
Walcott
to,
going
him
back
going back
there
to
is class.
Southampton is not a bad sign.
It's not a bad sign.
No, it's not.
I seen it
But
running the other day. He
I'm
looks like
telling
he's lost 10 yards of pace.
No, he hasn't lost 10 yards. He
15
hasn't.
I swear to God, he's lost 10 yards.
hasn't.
25.
Did you see him come on the other day in Everton game?
It's that you're
And he's
just,
on the break on the counter. He
you're
just
just
lost
looking
10
at his
yards.
hair, bro.
No, his hair. He is not good enough to have hair like that.
No, he's cut it. He's cut it for his move. He's
What,
cut,
so-
he's gone level
so
one.
the bun's gone?
He's like you. For his move.
I'm not even level
No
one.
way.
The thing is, Joe,
He's
that-
cut his hair for his. So my thing
level one.
is, he's just doing bare attention
you have him in your
seeking
list,
stuff.
Miles?
cuz.
No, I didn't because
I didn't either.
I feel like him going to Southampton is not even. It's not even a bad thing for them. It's like they've got someone who could come off the bench, impactful, hit teams on the break.
Miles, do you think Walcott wants to come off the bench moving to Southampton?
Well, even if they play him or they don't play him,
They've got
he's
Cisco
good.
playing left wing.
I'll be honest with you.
But I don't think
Armstrong
it's,
playing right wing.
He's gone to go home.
Armstrong
He's gone to
can
go
get subbed
be
out.
somewhere where he's comfortable, and he's going to be injured in a few weeks.
That's an experienced player. He's not going to be. No, he's
He's
not.
not going there, Dan, to slag it out and,
can't say that,
be
Marks.
part of that. We'll see.
Slag it out.
Slug it out.
I think he's
They're a
gone there
good
to get
team,
games.
man.
He's going to be injured. He's going to be
He's
injured
gonna-
in no
he's not gonna
time,
play.
and he's
He
going to be
don't
relaxed.
When's the last time he got
deserve
injured?
to play to the right of Ward
When was the
Prowse,
last time he got
in my
injured?
When's the last time he was fit?
Did I see him on MTV Cribs?
Nah, he did a thing with Evra, Patrice
Was that
Evra.
MTV Cribs?
Nah, it's on YouTube.
But it was
I
showing
know
his
it's-
house, right?
Yeah.
And they were gripsing in the video, right?
Yeah. They're trying to get through the door and say.
The video was terrible.
But listen, this ain't a bad signing for Southampton at all.
I like
It's
it.
good
I like it
business.
for both
It's good
parties. I
business.
like
It's
it
very
for
good
both
business.
sides.
Redmond,
My
Obafemi,
problem-
and Walcott.
Oh, pace. The count.
Prospects, you know my problem?
Pace.
My problem.
From Ireland.
Sugar, Yinka, you mean? My problems, his hair, but he's cut it. No problem. It's gone now. So
Has he cut it though? I
I
can't
knew-
tell if it's a ponytail or if he's cut it.
Good point. All right, now we've got a problem.
If I had proof and I knew that he cut his hair, I probably would have put it on his head.
Yeah, that's a
That's
shot.
my thing. Do you know what? Now you lot have convinced.
I
think
went
he
for
cut
evidence. I couldn't find it, and now I'm backing him.
Well, what do you mean? What was wrong with his hair?
Can't
it.
stand
What?
Well, he had plaits, innit?
Yeah.
What?
He's not doing enough.
Take it from a man with hair. That's not how you do your hair.
He's not doing enough to have hair like that.
Same as Lewis Hamilton, really.
Yeah. All right. Number 5 on our list is another romantic return to the South Coast.
Lallana.
Adam Lallana.
No way.
think that's a
No,
bad sign.
no
What's
way.
Margs, man, come
What's
on.
going on? I
Man,
know it's
Margs,
you.
Margs.
I know it's you.
I've got him high because
He's got-
do you know why?
you got
Do you know
He's
why?
got inside knowledge though. Look, I spoke to Adam.
Do you know why I've got him high?
I can't put him on there. He's my guy.
I've got him high. Yeah, me too. I really like him.
I like
as
him.
a
He's got
person.
one of the best Cruyff turns in football.
Anyway,
personally.
the reason I had him high.
No, wait.
He got-
T.
No. T, go on, because I'm ready for this.
No.
Go on.
got what?
One of the best Cruyff turns in football. He will Cruyff turn himself up any situation. Have you seen his Cruyff turn? Adam Lallana. He will. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Are you? It's not a thing.
YouTube Adam Lallana Cruyff, please.
YouTube it right now.
When was the last time you seen him do a Cruyff?
The other day at Brighton.
And that probably pulled hammy.
He didn't.
What I'm saying.
Well, that's my thing. Is the reason
cold.
the reason I had him
Techie.
high was he got injured.
He's cold.
He came off injured in the first game for Brighton. Now he got back fit again straight
And then you
away.
play the second game. You
Yeah.
can't be doing that. If you get injured, you need to be out for 7,
Why?
6,
I'm
7,
back.
8 games.
Just take
You
him
can't be.
up, like-
How are you coming off and then coming playing the next game?
He's
Without
fit,
injury?
he's
You
fit
don't
for
see
the
that from
next
playing.
game.
Scram.
All right,
Stop the
cool.
foolishness.
It's just-
That's
it's
not-
just-
that is
it-
the
that is
foolishness.
nonsense.
Stop the
It
foolishness.
just gives me post-traumatic stress
Why?
to see Adam Lallana injured or Adam Lallana come off. I'm
His
just like,
pre-season was short.
yeah,
Look
no,
at
of course,
the
no,
world
well,
is
no.
going crazy. Come on.
His preseason's been
It's meant to be 6 weeks at least.
His preseason's been 8 months. Let's be honest, he ain't played. And they Liverpool played him, I think, on the last game. The bare games he could have come on, and Klopp was like, nah. I think they gave him the romantic
Remember?
send-off right at the end.
He's hamster.
What about his hamster?
He lost past
Shut up.
I don't know if he's ready for it. I don't know if he's robust enough for it for the season, and I reckon he needs
Love
a
that
few
word.
more characters with him just to get the job done and that. And I just don't think it's gonna. Work.
That's
out.
my worry.
He's not even starting.
That's just more for him. He's gone back down to his side of town. He's home.
Is
he's
that
getting
more
living.
down to the squad though, Marks?
Is there Beach there as well?
There's a beach down there. Yeah, Stony.
He's
though,
probably got a
Stony.
golden retriever.
Pebbles.
He's going to be walking
But
his
Margs,
beach.
he's from Brighton, right?
This is
So
what
my
I'm
man
saying.
is
No, it's good
ending
for
his
him.
career
It's
at
good
the
for
right.
him.
He's
It's
from the
great for
south.
him.
He's
It's
from
great
the
for him.
south.
So he wants to be
What do you
there.
think
So
is
when he
bad for
comes
the
off the
club?
bench,
I just don't think it's going to work out. I don't think he's going to. They're going to get what they need from him. What they want.
but what
from
do you
him.
want? He doesn't start, you know. He literally comes off the bench.
Number 4 on the list, and he appeared at number 1 in 3 people's lists.
My G.
I'm not happy with this one. Kai Havertz.
He was second on my list.
100%.
He was second on my list.
The most pointless signing of the transfer window.
He was second. He was
The
second.
most pointless.
But not the most
transfer
pointless,
signing
but
of
one.
the-
No, don't say that because I don't
No,
know how
I'm
I feel
gonna
about it. but I'm
explain.
not happy with
No,
that.
go on,
Can I
explain that, because
Let
that
me
sounds
explain
mad.
myself, and I'll say it for maybe the third or fourth time. This is no diss to Havertz and his ability
Sounds
as a player.
like one.
I'm gonna elaborate. Basically, why I say this, yeah, is
Do it in
because
less polite terms.
the price that they paid for Havertz and the wage that they've put him on is pointless, because I feel at a club like Chelsea, he's not going to be given the time and games to
Express himself.
They're not building the team around him, are they?
I disagree. I think that's exactly what they're doing.
I don't think
Kai
so.
Havertz.
I don't think so.
I don't think Lampard's even lost
I
there
think
to even do that.
I think it was more like I don't know. I think they're killing Mason Mount. Obviously,
I can see that.
Clearly, they're not. It seems like they're not interested in Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but they're killing players who they've got who are. I don't think Havertz is a player that's performed at the top level to say, yeah, that's definitely a guy that's gonna definitely.
Well, they haven't signed players. Chelsea aren't in that business anymore. Apart from Thiago Silva, they are
this is my
speculating on players right now.
Not Ziyech, though. Ziyech's 26.
but
Can't
you see,
speculate on that.
Yeah, but he
Werner.
hasn't played at the top. Obviously, he played in the Champions League, but for a top club at a consistent level, like these are still speculations.
yeah, but I wouldn't. I'm not spending 72 mil on a Havertz if I've got a Mason.
How much
Mount
did
there.
they pay for Pulisic?
50 something.
I mean,
60.
I'll be honest with you, don't look at the money.
Yeah, but you
because
see,
the money's gone out the
Pulisic-
window. No one
you
gives
see
a shit.
Pulisic, I can understand because
Why? Because
Havertz-
he was on the bench at Dortmund.
Yeah, but Hazard's gone.
Yeah, okay.
So they need.
So-
But
It's not
they
like-
also need him. But Hazard was great on the left, but he was also great in the middle. They didn't replace the goal contributions from the middle. So Kai Havertz, who has goals in him and assists in him,
Yeah, but that's why they bought Timo Werner, isn't it?
No.
With their like problems defensively, obviously they got Thiago Silva, but I feel like even if that is a solution, that's a very short-term solution. I feel like that should have been addressed more than.
in that sense,
spending
I
so
agree. I
much.
don't think Chelsea would have had a problem buying Havertz and a £60 million centre back though.
They should have bought.
I don't think
see
it was
why they
one or
bought
the
Havertz.
other.
I don't see why they bought Havertz.
I just think it's the goals from the inside. I think it's goals from midfield.
But where did they
Because
play him?
Timo Werner, I think you're right. I think Timo Werner plays left, right,
could play-
centre.
yeah, he could
I think
play-
Pulisic has got goals in him this season when he
Yeah.
gets fit.
Yeah.
Ziyech, theoretically, yes. But what they lost in Hazard, they needed to replace.
Yeah, but
Because
I
who's their top man? If they play Tammy's going to play link up more times than not.
Tammy's
Giroud, link up.
goal record's not. He's
No,
not. bad, you know?
I agree. But a lot of the time with Tammy's goal record, it was because he did not have other attacking threats. It was purely focused through him.
But obviously, we're only going by what we've seen. But in the games that you've seen Chelsea play, do you think that the system is set up for Havertz to contribute to goals?
No.
Yes.
No, it has where?
It's not. It's not.
It's
scored a
fantasy because
hat-trick.
they play so many defensive players. It's almost like Kai Havertz, do what you want.
Well, he did
Because
score-
we've
he did score a
got Pulisic,
hat-trick.
He did score a hat
They
trick.
can't cut, man.
If you're just relying on Tammy Abraham,
But I don't think
that's
Hazard.
66
I don't think
points, bruv.
Hazard's main attribute to
No, I
Chelsea
agree
was
with
goals.
you. But
No, but you have to
but
replace
who in
the
midfield
whole
is
thing.
going to get the goals? If there's no Kai Havertz,
Mason Mount.
Oh,
Go
come
look
on,
at
bro.
his goal
But I
record
want
for
15
last
plus.
season.
But I'm talking about in comparison to what
And
you
that's
need to
what
do
I'm
to
trying to
achieve.
say to you. I'm saying to you, Kai Havertz doesn't look to me like someone that's guaranteed to give me 15 goals. He looks like someone that
Kai Havertz.
someone that's still developing. He's a very promising player, but he was playing for Bayer Leverkusen or whatever
But he
they're
still
called.
made contributions
So he
which
wasn't.
are good though.
Hold on.
Very
So hold
good.
on. Let me explain my point. So playing for Bayer Leverkusen, you're not under the same scrutiny you are as playing for someone like Chelsea.
100%.
That's not a reason.
The debut he had for Chelsea. Yeah, if he played a game like that for Leverkusen, it wouldn't make the headlines.
Who else
But
played it?
because
Who else played the shocking
hold
debut?
on.
Who else played the shocking debut?
But because he costs so much and he's on such a big wage. Same thing with Pepe. Because he costs so much,
I remember I said this.
it's magnified. You're not allowed to have a bad game.
Yeah, you're not.
Whereas if you're playing
I
for
think he's-
Lille
I
or
think he's skated
Leverkusen,
it already, though.
you can. But I'm saying he's not guaranteed to.
It's
be.
not what they needed.
He's
It
not
was a
someone
panic.
like.
I think it was a
he's
panic.
like-
What
See
about
that someone
Chelsea?
like
Is he
Werner.
guaranteed
Could've
for Chelsea?
afforded
Because you keep
it.
talking
Didn't
about
need
you're
him.
not allowed to have a bad game in the eyes
need
of the
him.
media if you move for
In
that
Chelsea,
much.
but that's
Frank
what I'm judging
Lampard
it by.
doesn't seem to care about that because Frank Lampard's
Of
playing who he
course.
wants.
See, Frank Lampard's stressing. You think Frank Lampard?
I know, but he's still playing. He's still playing
not
Kai
under
Havertz.
pressure
though.
right now.
He's still playing him.
He has to. He has to play him.
So either way, irrespective of your argument, Kai Havertz plays.
Yeah,
so
but
he has
this is
a
not.
chance to prove himself every week.
We're not. That's not the argument. I'm saying today I don't feel like he was a player that Chelsea needed to
But
buy.
it's weird because you said you don't take things on face value. Kai Havertz came out and said I don't care about the price tag. So on face value, he don't care about the price tag. He wants to keep.
So what's he done so far?
I'm
What's
not
he
talking
done
about
so
the
far?
price
Hat
tag.
trick, big meat.
No,
I'm not talking about
no,
the
team,
price
bro,
tag.
we're not doing
Forget
that,
the
bro.
price
I know,
tag.
but it's doing that.
All
Where
right,
are we?
take
Where
the
are
price
we? 4
tag.
games in. What do you want him to do?
No,
What
he
do you want
played
him to
well.
do?
He
4
played
games in.
well.
What do you want him to do?
There's other players that are doing way more.
Alright, cool. What do you
So
want
I'm
him to
gonna ask you that.
I'm
With
asking
that
you
money.
now. Since fair enough, what do you want him to do 3-4 games in?
If you're gonna buy someone like that for that money, right? And I think at the time, I think Man United were in the race as well. This was a big deal. He's coming now. I want to see
Something.
I'm not seeing
cool.
nothing.
I'll ask you a question.
I personally am somewhat satisfied that I'm seeing
Kai
that
Havertz.
money on the pitch. I think he looks like an absolute class
I'm seeing more from
midfielder.
Timo. When I watch Timo Werner, I can understand.
They turned down a bid for Hudson-Odoi as well.
Yeah.
And he's not even. He struggles to get game time as
Exactly.
well.
They didn't need.
So I'm
they
saying
didn't
all
need
these
Havertz.
players you've got,
didn't need him.
and to me the glaring what you need is definitely a centre half. You haven't addressed that, but you've gone and spent 72 mil on a.
Because
Okay, then Timo Werner should be in the list.
but I
No,
feel
he
like
shouldn't.
They, need a striker.
They needed a striker because
not
when
gonna
they-
play
He's not
striker.
playing up front. He's playing left wing.
He's taking
They
Callum
gave
Hudson-Odoi's
Giroud a new
minutes.
contract.
But that's because I think that's only because Pulisic is not there yet. That's why I only think about the only reason why they're playing him left wing. When Pulisic is there, it's going to be Pulisic, Werner, and Kajach.
But he's number 4 on our list. I understand the reason. I just disagree with it.
Disagree, yeah.
Number 3 on our list is a player that you kind of mentioned, but you brushed over as Kai Havertz taking minutes from. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Or as Margs calls him, Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Number 3 though.
No, but
I
you know
didn't
what
have
it
him
is?
number 3.
Let me explain.
His name Loftus-Cheek.
Margs, you see Loftus-Cheek.
not two.
He's only on that list because it's a bad move for him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
It's not
Yes,
a bad
yes,
move
yes,
for
yes,
Fulham.
yes,
For
yes.
Fulham,
That's what it is.
that may give them extra points that might make them finish 19th instead of 20th, or it
Go
might
away.
save them.
Man said-
It might
away,
save them.
Joe
Man said 90th
I don't know
instead
how
of
many
I wouldn't
20th.
call
It's
Joe
gonna
Black
save
Joe
them.
White. That's rude, fam.
I
You can't do that,
no, I don't know how many points he's going to
Let's do
save
that.
them. I
Let's
don't want
keep
to
calling
say he's
Joe
going to
Blacks.
save them from
Joe
relegation,
Blacks.
but
Yeah.
he might. He's gonna add to that if he plays.
It's a poor move, man.
I don't. It's a poor move for him.
He
It's
shouldn't
not
be
a
at
poor move for
Fulham.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but-
saying about
But
the-
are we judging it from the player's point of view, or are we
the
judging it
transfer
from the
perspective.
transfer?
Well, obviously,
I
he
feel-
was-
I
I
would have
feel-
put Thiago number 1 then, because I
feel
don't
bad
think
for
he
him.
should have moved from Bayern Munich to Liverpool.
I
I think
yeah.
he should have left the best team in the world to go to Liverpool. Then
I think
That's a bad
I
move
feel
for him.
bad for Loftus-Cheek because he started the first game.
Yeah.
We go back to the
And he
Timo
was
Werner
terrible.
talk. He started up front with Timo Werner.
Yeah, he was terrible.
And he was awful because that is just not that is not his job.
Yeah, I like Ruben. I think he's a top player.
Me too,
but
yeah.
In that position, they all looked out of position. They all looked all over the
terrible.
place.
As
To be
much
honest
as-
with you, do you know what? When I saw Kai Havertz and Ziyech coming in, I looked at Loftus-Cheek and I said,
not
"Guys,
playing."
just stick with the Burberry campaigns because you're not gonna play." Bro.
Look, yeah, as much as you're saying it's a bad move for him and not for the club, Fulham will obviously appreciate
gonna love that.
having a player of his caliber there, but it's not going to pan out how they think. He ain't going to do fuck all.
The Fulham chairman owns a wrestling federation,
Yes!
Yeah,
That's onside. That's onside.
and he owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Is his name Shahid Khan?
Shad Khan, yeah.
Shaka Khan.
Shad.
Shahid Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
He owns the Wrestling Federation.
Big singer though.
When
big
they
singer.
lost the other day, he went on Twitter and said, we're really sorry, but we missed out on a player. We missed out on a centre
Was that
back.
him or his son?
That was his, but he's managing director and all this
His
stuff.
son
Yeah.
was like, we're sorry, and Scott Parker was upset in it.
Of course, because he was like, sorry, we tried to get centre back, but he pulled out last minute, blah, blah. I mean, he's basically going like, we got shit players. Sorry, guys. But like, those players are probably going to play for you next year.
We're
Like.
gonna do better. Don't worry. We're gonna get better than these shit bastards we got.
I think Loftus-Cheek, yeah.
He should have never gone to Fulham, man. That's
No, you know why he
terrible.
should have?
Go on, tell me.
Because I think for him, he just needs to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's playing and there's having aspirations.
I
Like
think he
playing,
can play at a high level than that.
Yeah.
Do you think Loftus-Cheek is going to be a player? Be honest.
Not for Chelsea.
So then why don't he just leave altogether?
All I think Loftus-Cheek is thinking is this season, the Euros are in the summer. I need to be playing.
Number 2 on our list. I'll get this one out now.
Fulham, they're going back down there. Shit, man. Disappointing, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay,
You should
sweet.
speak to him in St. Ruff's.
Number 2 on our list. I'm just going to wake him up right now.
Please, let me hear this. Say Mendy.
Margs back. Edinson Cavani.
That's a curveball.
I had him as number one.
4 Liga 1 goals last year.
Shocker.
You have pursued Sancho for 17 years. That's not even a word. And pursued is not a word. It's not a word.
No, you're right. You're right. Because in The Athletic today, there was an article saying that Manchester United approached his agent the day he signed for Dortmund. They said,
I'm not
we
in-
need to pattern this.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? You cannot start the story with Jay-Z and give me
Mike Jones.
Mike. I'm not on it. Fuck Mike. I'm not on it. You
Cavani's
can't do
not
that.
Mike- Cavani's not Mike Jones.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
Edinson
That's a good
Cavani
analogy.
scored
Mike Jones
less
had
goals
bangers.
than
Mike Jones
Antonio
had
last
bangers.
season. Antonio scored more goals than Cavani. You promised me Sancho.
Antonio
I was
scored
gassed.
more goals than Cavani in one game.
And you want to tell me that now you're getting a 34-year-old
In one
Uruguayan
game.
and Forlan's fucking godson?
He's 33. He's
33.
It
don't matter.
Whatever. If you
old, man.
don't want to put him on the list, yeah, because of the way the business was handled, like he's been a
That's
free
it.
agent,
That's
it
it.
could have got done months ago.
Months
Yes.
No
So,
one
like,
else wanted him.
And no one else wanted him.
Yeah, how can it be in a one-horse race and wait
I'm
till deadline day?
I'm saying, if that's the reason why he's not got him there, then I'm not going to argue.
What
But that
reason
quality
shouldn't you
of
have
player
him there?
coming to any
you
squad
can't
is
back
not
this,
a
Marks.
bad thing.
Oh,
Are you
said that
stupid?
about-
Because
you
Marks
said
didn't
that
want him.
about Falcao,
To
man.
any squad.
Quality and experience.
You said that about
bro.
Falcao. You said that about
listen,
Falcao.
Listen.
It's
Yeah,
documented.
and I was
It's
wrong, but we didn't know.
documented.
We didn't know
Alright,
Nice was
cool.
going to do that. But basically, at the end of
Learn
the day,
from your
yeah,
mistakes.
the experience that we got in our team falls on Mata, Matic, and De Gea. We need a bit more. It's a very young squad.
Does Cavani respect Ole?
Yeah, he must. Yeah, he spoke to him. He said he loves the gaffer's
Voice. He did
So
say
what?
that.
You want someone that's got
I'm
Marks?
saying
You
he
want
did.
someone that's
I
got
believe you.
experience of winning what you termed as a Mickey Mouse league.
No.
multiple times.
No. It's not
Where
about
else has
that.
he got
It's
experience?
not about that.
Thanks.
It's
What's it
about,
about?
it's about work ethic. It's about mindset. It's about
33.
It's about technique. It's about quality. It's a good.
old, man.
Someone
He
like
old, man.
Greenwood will work wonders watching him train and play every day.
Greenwood's
It's
better
about
than
having.
him.
It's
What
about
you
having.
mean, guy? He
It's
will
about
learn from
having. It's
Greenwood.
about having options as
He
well.
will learn
up
from
front.
Greenwood how to shoot
But
off
you're
of
not
both
NSG.
feet. Bow, bow.
My thing with that options thing, we talked about this earlier. I would start 3 Manchester United strikers ahead of him today.
100%.
Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford.
100%. Igalo's got more Premier League experience than Cavani.
Marks, your
Marks,
team.
you-
Marks,
this is-
said nothing.
It's the truth.
Marks, look at me. Look at me. Marks, look at me.
What an addition.
Your history, your club's history with South Americans has not been good.
Yeah, Marks, what's your intake on this Cavani stuff?
My intake is I'm literally.
What's your intake on this, Marks?
I'm not
Come on, Marks.
I am literally sitting around a table. I feel like I'm in the square circle, like with
I didn't have him number
5
2. by the way.
Arsenal
I didn't have him
fans.
number 2, did I?
I had him
Yeah,
number
a bit
1.
lower.
and you are just using this opportunity
'Cause you're not honest.
to banter me.
You're not
It's
honest.
not about I'm
Marks,
not
I
honest.
would back you. You know that. But Cavani, you pursued. That's not the word. Sancho for 19 years.
All right,
and I
cool.
said, you know what? Sancho's a good signing.
So
you
listen.
can't say I want Sancho
So
in
listen,
July
stop.
and end up
All
with
right, cool.
Cavani.
So everybody's
Marks, I told you we weren't getting Sancho.
That's fine.
I told
so
you.
everybody's
I told
on.
you.
Harry Pinero, where are you? Where are you, Harry?
I'm the only one.
Where are you?
I'm the only one that shows my face when it comes to the thick
I
of things,
respect
and that's
it.
cool.
Where's Scribs? I don't want boat
This is what it
here.
is, yeah. This is what I'm telling you, yeah. everything that you are saying about the whole Sancho saga, about it being a one-horse race, being able to get dealt with months ago, all these things, everything that you're saying is correct.
That's
and
it
if
then.
that's the
Let's move on.
reason,
Let's move on.
if that's
Let's
the
move on.
reasons why,
That's it.
then let him be there. But as far as quality as a player and addition to our squad and the squad the position that our squad's
you
in as
think you
well,
need
the
Cavani
young
in
squad
your
that
team?
we're in, that is not a bad sign for Manchester United.
No other team in the top 6 would have done that deal.
No way.
No other team in the top 6 needed him.
You started with Sancho. After that, I heard Douglas Costa. I've heard Ishmael Sarr. I've heard bare names.
said no.
And you've ended up with
All
a man
said
that
no.
scored his 7 goals
You might as well.
last month.
You might
last
as well
year.
got Morgan Freeman.
All right, number 1 on our list
Is it blue?
is.
Oh, was Cavani number 2?
Yeah.
That fucking man is number 2.
You know who number 1 is?
Number 1 on our list is. I'm just gonna wake Margs up, make sure Margs is still with us.
Number 1.
Donny van der Beek.
Ay,
Yes.
that's a bit
Because
harsh,
this is
man.
Why? Why did you buy him?
I just
wait,
don't
wait, wait.
get it.
This is a man.
I think I know why they
out my
bought him.
face.
'cause
This
I
is
think-
a man. This is a man.
I think they're
Blacks.
done with Pogba.
In our Filthy
Or
Fellas
Pogba's
group chat,
done with them.
we was
I think
telling
he's a
him. We was
replacement
telling
for
him,
Pogba.
Blacks. Yeah, you don't need him. He said, I want him personally.
No,
I like
think
him.
he's a
like
replacement for
Then it's not a
Pogba.
flop signing then if he wanted him personally.
No,
I
it's
think
a
he's a
flop.
replacement
You know
for
why?
Pogba.
You didn't need him.
You know, a
Three
wise man
midfielders
once
and a
told
left
me
back.
as well, you should replace a player before you get rid of him.
Of course.
I think he's a replacement for Pogba.
Of course, it was a
My
replacement. for
thing
Pogba.
is, obviously...
I thought Bruno was a replacement for
obviously-
Pogba.
Nah, obviously, look,
Because Pogba was on his way out.
he's coming and there's problems.
They
They're saying
keep
why-
replacing the same
they're
guy,
saying
he's
why
still
you bring
there.
him in if he's not going to start, yeah? Even if he's not going to start, even if they're not ready for him to start, even if they're getting ready to usher Pogba out of the club or whatever, and he's there on a squad thing, you're not saying like, why did you bring him? We don't need him. You was just mocking man for Fred, and Fred and all these mans are terrible. Them man, they played like 47 games last season. There's
Pereira,
plenty.
go on.
Pereira played how much team games? Pereira's
loan
gone
to
as well.
Lazio. Yeah,
but
There
the
is
position
loads
he
of
plays-
games. There is loads of games in the season. There is nothing wrong
In the
with adding
position he
quality.
plays,
No, I agree.
Donny
There is
van
nothing
der
wrong with
Beek
adding
is
quality
not
to a
better than
team.
Fred in the position that they play. Donny van der Beek is not.
He's not better than Fred.
No, but
Yeah,
I
not in
fundamentally,
his position.
I agree. No, I agree with the
not better than
ultimate.
McTominay.
No, but I agree with the ultimate point, which is that that you can't have enough really good players.
Like you be on to man for adding quality to the team.
But
can't
he
play Van
just
der
he
Beek,
just
Bruno and
put Kai
Pogba.
Havertz number 1, and everyone
Pereira
agreed.
played 37 games,
No,
bro.
but he
You
put Kai
can't
Havertz
play.
number 1.
You can't play Van der Beek, Pogba, and Fernandes
yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, and we don't have to. We don't have to.
So what's the point in buying him then?
What do you mean? Because we can play Matic.
So you think
Van
he came
der
to be on the
Beek
bench?
And
My problem
Bruno.
with this signing
and
is it
Bruno,
was your
exactly.
first signing and you've had so much time to do other business. Your first 11 is a problem. How can you go and sign someone for your bench if your first 11 is a
signed a
problem?
contract.
These
What is it,
times you
4
got
or 5
Maguire.
years?
Maguire and Bailey were doing
times you got
1-2s in their
Maguire
box. I want to
centre half.
explain if Bailey and
contract is
Maguire
4
are
years.
doing 1-2s in their box and it's not in Mykonos, why are you signing Van
His
der Beek?
contract is 4
It's an L.
years.
Does
bro.
Does
It's
it
a
feel
massive L.
a little bit like in a similar way to Cavani? Does it feel a little bit like with the Cavani deal that you didn't necessarily want him, but when he was that
Available.
level of available, you were like, well, let's get this deal done.
No.
Because that's kind of how it feels to me.
No, that's not how it feels.
Because Monks, where's he playing?
That's not how it feels. It
agent
feels
is
like
onto-
it
onto
feels
the
like yeah.
United.
It
It's not
feels
important.
like we've been playing a game. We've been playing however long we've been playing, trying to do all right, and our starting 11's kind of getting there. But every single time we look to our bench here, the options are terrible. And when we bring in a second team, the level drops so much. And we wanted to bring in quality to be able to keep the levels up on the pitch. That's what it feels like for me.
Your
That's
bench-
what it felt
your
like.
first 11's
So
not
we
quality.
identified that we would want a bit more quality in our midfield, and we saw Donny van der Beek, and it was available, and we brought him in. That's what it felt like. to me.
Margs, be honest with
That's
me.
what it feels
Margs,
like to me.
be honest with me from an ignorant standpoint. Barring Bruno, you man ruined signings. Maguire, dead. Falcao, dead. Di Maria, dead. Luke Shaw, dead. We can go on for Pogba, dead.
They've still got time to ruin Bruno.
You've still got time to ruin Bruno. Apparently he went home
Take away
after the
Bruno's
game.
penalties. He's dead.
Nah, he's good.
You're a
man.
broken
He's good,
individual.
Bruno went
Bruno's
home
good,
and linked
Bruno's
Sol
good. But
Campbell
the thing
after the
is,
game, I
yeah,
heard.
the thing is, Specs, before this Van der Beek signing,
To get ice cream.
Man United, they had a strong midfield
What flavour?
anyway. They didn't even need him.
This
Yeah,
is what,
but
you know the
that's
problem
not.
is?
But the problem is
They
that's
had
not
a
true.
what?
Do you know the problem
No,
is?
but
Because
they
otherwise they would have been good this season.
They had a what?
They have a strong midfield. Their midfield is strong. As a collective, it's a strong midfield. They don't need Van der Beek. I think it's a strong midfield.
Well, we're talking about Manchester United here.
Manchester
Their midfield
United.
is
Hold
not fit for
on.
purpose.
What's Miles doing jumping in the way of the fucking crossfire?
I'm
here?
not jumping in the cross. I'm just saying they didn't
Man
need him.
United's midfield.
Why are you taking these?
No.
He's
For a club like
Why,
Man
why,
United,
are you jumping on his hype? You don't have to listen to it.
Miles,
Don't listen
Miles,
to it.
Thank you. Stand up.
I'm
Can
just
be an old
saying.
man. Be an
I'm
old
just
man.
saying.
You
Yeah,
would
yeah.
no. He would listen, but he can't
Go,
because
go,
his
go.
hat's covering his
Yeah,
ears.
of course.
Yeah, and I can hear very
Yeah, go
2020,
on.
2020
Go on.
hearing,
Land,
2020
land,
vision.
land.
Yeah, 2020 hearing, 2020 vision. Listen to
2020
me.
hearing.
Listen, and I will talk.
Yeah, go on. I'm listening.
Go on.
Yeah, my friend.
You forgot what to say. He forgot what to say. He forgot what to say.
Margs, this is my problem. You man finished third with 66 points. You had the same points as Chelsea. And the first signing you make when you clearly need to improve your first 11 because you're so far behind Man City and Liverpool is Donny van der Beek to sit on the bench. This doesn't make sense to me. And then I give you time. I say, do you know what else are you going to do? What else are you fucking going to do? What else have you fucking done to improve your first 11?
Just as we end this now, I'm just going to give you a player 0 because he was on loan all last season, but he signed and Miles said he was making moves. Cedric Suarez. He would be number 1, but yeah, just wanted to give you a quick opportunity to respond.
Oh, the only thing is because Mikel Arteta wanted to play him right back. Don't tut.
You're not his assistant manager. What Mikel Arteta wanted to. He wanted to do this.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He
Bro,
wanted
you
to.
said we will do moves when we bought him.
He was making moves.
So why is he not in the Premier League squad?
Mikel Arteta sees different now.
And that is our top 10 plus 1. Thank you for watching.
I'm doing a sub sign.
Thank you, Joe Black.
I'll sub myself.
Joe Black. Next time, just get more personal with people. Just,
You know what?
you've got to cut through people.
It's a steady debut. It's a steady debut.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was strong.
Next time it will be next
Ravanelli's
time.
Subscribe, comment, leave a like.
Yeah.